and State Court of Cobb County is now in session. The Honorable A. Gregory Poole presiding.
I think that's it. While we're still standing, let's go ahead and pledge allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Be seated. Thank you, Sheriff Owens. Where's Sheriff Owens? Thank you for bringing us to order. Thank you for a tremendous first year, by the way, as far as courthouse security is concerned. It's been top notch. Thank you. Welcome to the Cobb County Superior Court. I'm Judge Greg Poole, and on behalf of Chief Judge Rob Leonard, we want to welcome you to this fun and exciting ceremony today. We don't get to do this very often, and we're all excited about it. I have some colleagues here from my court. I have Judge Ann Harris and Judge Kemp, who are right here. We have Senior Judge Mike Stoddard, Senior Judge Grant Brantley, Senior Judge Adele Grubbs, and Senior Judge Steve Schuster, who's pointing to his portrait. Just can't take them anywhere. We have Presiding Judge of the Cobb County Juvenile Court, Wayne Granis. And I'll go ahead and introduce, I'll let you introduce your colleague.
Okay. I have Judge Kareem West with me and Judge Amber Patterson is on the bench, but she'll be here shortly.
Thank you. We're honored to have colleagues from the State Court of Cobb County. I don't believe the Chief Judge is here, but Judge John Morgan from the State Court is here. Judge, could you introduce your colleagues?
I have my colleagues, Judge Ashley Palmer and Judge Bridget Kemp.
Thank you. From the Cobb County Magistrate Court, I know the Chief Judge is here. Where is he? Judge Murphy, would you please stand? And are there any of your colleagues here?
My colleagues are working.
Thank you. I can always count on you for that. From the Cobb County Probate Court, I know we have Judge Riddle. She's standing right there. Welcome, Judge. Thank you for being here. District Attorney Flynn Brody, are you in the courtroom? Any representative from his office? The number 2 dude over there. And welcome. And is there anyone here from the Solicitor General's office? Haven't seen General Morgan, but he's here in spirit. And Connie Taylor from the clerk's office, there she is. And Ms. Bishop from the State Court clerk is here. Thank you very much. And I know there are several elected officials that are here, and I think we're appearing on Zoom. I'm not going to make the cardinal mistake of trying to name all of the elected officials that are here, because I know I'm going to mess that up. Other than the governor of the state of Georgia is here, obviously the First Lady is with you, and we appreciate that. And you'll be introduced momentarily, and we appreciate you being here. And finally, the reason we're here, we have State Court Judge, soon to be Superior Court Judge Henry Thompson, who is one of the reasons that we're here. And I'll let you stand. And if you'd like to introduce your family or anyone that's here on your behalf, please do.
Yeah, this is my wife, Gina Thompson, my oldest brother, Trace Thompson, my mother, Evelyn Thompson, my older sister, Twyla Thompson, my oldest son, Ethan Thompson, and my youngest son, Seth Thompson.
Thank you.
A lot of Thompsons.
That's fine. And the other reason that we're here is Jaret Usher, who I will just refer to as a state court judge designate for just a few more moments. If you'd like to stand and introduce any members of your family or friends that were here, we'd like to see you.
I have my husband here, Patrick, my oldest son, Gabriel, my youngest son, Eli, my brother, his wife, my uncle and my aunt, my parents, Don Melvin, Lily Mosier, who's been my friend for forever, and her two daughters.
Thank you. This is an exciting day for the Superior Court and the State Court, and I've personally known both of these people for a very long time. I've worked closely with Judge Thompson. We talk to each other often, get advice, and I'm sure that we'll keep doing that. We have one of the finest, if not the finest, state court benches in the state of Georgia. That was true when I practiced law. That is true as I sit here today. And the governor, in my opinion, has continued to give excellent appointments to the bench. And you two are the finest caliber. And this was a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. So I'm welcoming both of you here to the bench in Cobb County. And I'm as excited about it as you, maybe not as excited as you are, but I'm excited. I've known Vic Reynolds for, 30-ish years. He served in this county admirably as the chief magistrate court judge for some period of time. I practiced law in front of him before I became a judge. To my knowledge, in his years of service there, he made only one mistake, but the Court of Appeals said he didn't. And, I don't really hold any grudges or anything like that, but at any rate, he thought he did the right thing at the time, and I appreciated that. And then he practiced law, and he became an outstanding district attorney for this circuit. We worked closely together he did with all of the judges here. We had the privilege of running together for open seats back for about 18 months. I think we did that. We got to know Holly and Lucia and ate a lot of chicken and a steak here and now and there, but mostly chicken and a little bit of scrambled eggs. And we had a good time. And then, of course, he moved on to become director of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which is an outstanding and high honor, and took with him from the Cobb County District Attorney's Office certain of the attorneys that were here, like Mr. Melvin sitting over there and somebody at council table. At any rate, he's done an outstanding job. We are proud of him as a Cobb Countyan who is running one of the largest agencies in the state of Georgia. And he is going to do us the honor of introducing Governor Kemp. So, Director, the podium is yours.
Thank you. What's that old saying, Your Honor? I think Judge Williford said it once, often reversed but never persuaded. Thank you. Good morning. It's really good to be home. Good to see you folks. Both of you are dear friends of mine. I think the world of you, and so it's a tremendous honor. I do want to tell you on the front end to Gabe and Eli, your mother made me promise not to make faces at you while you were up here with her. So I'm going to do my best not to do that. Henry, I'll do it for your boys too if you want to make that same promise. But I have the really distinct honor and pleasure of introducing the governor this morning, and it's just such a pleasure for me to do that. I've had the opportunity the last 3 years or so to be kind of behind the curtains and to have a front row seat at seeing what this man does day in and day out for the citizens of Georgia, regardless of what your zip code is, regardless of where you live. I've seen firsthand how hard he works for us. That's evidenced by the tremendous economic engine we have running in this state. I think you see virtually day to day the businesses that are coming here to open and to expand, and it's because of his leadership. I've also had a firsthand seat at seeing his leadership through this pandemic the last 2 years. But probably even more than that, what's touched me is the governor's unbending, unyielding support of law enforcement. I've had a very sad occasion the last 3 years to attend some law enforcement officers' funerals, and I will tell you categorically that every time I'm there, on the front row is the governor and the first lady, showing the support, the honor, and respect that those people deserve. And it's certainly had a tremendous effect on me seeing it firsthand. You know, before public service, the governor was a successful entrepreneur over in the Athens, Clark County area. In the early 2000s, he decided to get involved in public service and ran successfully for state senate. He was appointed and ran successfully as well to the position of Secretary of State, a statewide office here in Georgia, before being elected governor in 2018. He and his wife have led the fight in this state against human trafficking. He's led the fight against criminal street gangs. And again, I've had this great opportunity to sit there and be part of that and watch it firsthand. Besides all of those accolades, I think more than anything, he's a good father. The evidence, one of his daughters is here with us today. I've had the opportunity to meet each one of those persons, and I'm very honored today to call both he and the First Lady friends. And besides all of those accolades, as Judge Poole said a moment ago, he's done a pretty doggone good job of appointing judges in this state as well. So I know you'll join with me this morning giving a warm Cobb County welcome to the 83rd governor of this state, Brian Kemp.
Well, thank you, Vic. I appreciate those kind words, and you're leading the fight going after street gangs and human traffickers as well. And, Marty and I, and really our whole family, we are just fighting that fight for a lot of people who've been in the trenches for a long time. We are honored to be the face of that and appreciate what you and your colleagues at GBI are doing. And Marty and Amy Porter, our youngest daughter, honored to be here today. We had just had such a great time coming up to the Cobb County Courthouse on many occasions, and we just appreciate y'all's hospitality every time that we come. We also know that you're thankful you don't have to go through the downtown connector to get to the Capitol for things like this. So it is mutually beneficial. I also want to thank Sheriff Owens and really the Cobb County Sheriff's deputies. They treat us so well every time we're up here, and we appreciate y'all's service and appreciate the rest of the law enforcement community that's here as well. I'm excited to be here today, really to recognize and swear in two great folks. And we're honored to have their loved ones, colleagues, and friends here with them today, Judge Thompson and the whole Thompson crowd, and Jaret Usher as well, with her fine family and colleagues and many others that are supporting really what they've done their whole career. But I did want to take just a minute and thank Judge Poole, Judge Leonard, the rest of the members of the judiciary that has treated us so well up here as well. And I would agree that there's a great bar here, great members of the local judiciary, and we're honored to be back in the Cobb Judicial Circuit. Also, just want to thank former Representative Burt Reeves and one of my former floor leaders who's given me great advice on some of my judicial picks, and I appreciate that. And he continues to serve well at the rival institution in our state, and that's all I say. But as you all know, in Georgia, we take great care with our judicial nominations and appointees. It is literally some of the hardest decisions that I've had to make. It's a very competitive process, as you can imagine, when you fill a new seat for the Cobb Superior Court. But Judge Thompson has stood out. Thankfully, he does have the right kind of mask on, which may be one reason he did stand out. But he's got a great background, seriously, on both sides of the bench, and as a former assistant district attorney, defense attorney, and judge on the Cobb County State Court, he's certainly the perfect candidate for this role. And also, as I alluded to earlier, it doesn't mention that he went to the University of Georgia Law School and got his degree. And over the course of his career, he's established a strong record of dedication to this community and his qualities in jurisprudence. And for that reason and more, I'm confident in Judge Thompson's ability to serve his fellow Georgians now on the Cobb Superior Court. So with that, I'll ask Judge Thompson and his family to join me so we can take the oath. All right, Judge, you got the right posture there. Y'all can come on up here a little bit if you want to. Be great. All right, if you'll just repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Henry Thompson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I have been a resident of the Cobb Judicial Circuit
that I have been a resident of the Cobb Judicial Circuit
for the time required by law,
for the time required by law,
and that I will administer justice
and that I will administer justice
without respect to person,
without respect to person,
and do equal rights to the poor and rich,
and do equal rights to the poor and rich,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
all
the duties incumbent on me
all the duties incumbent on me
as a judge of the superior courts of this state,
as a judge of the superior courts of this state,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
and agreeably to the laws and constitution of this state,
and agreeably to the laws and constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of the United States.
and the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Judge Thompson.
Thank you very much. Obviously, this is a huge honor being bestowed on me by the governor. I'm very aware of that. I'm looking forward to serving Cobb County. The first time I actually ever met the governor in person was shortly after he got elected. He came down to the state court judges conference and spoke to us for about an hour, outlining what his plans were for his first term and how he planned to put them into effect. And I just remember being very impressed with the governor's ideas and his ideas on how to get things done. Obviously, he's done a fantastic job under the circumstances that we've had in the state with the COVID situation we've had for the past couple of years. The second time I met the governor was when I interviewed with him in his office for this job. And like everybody else that I just got through new judge orientation, that's the 4-day class you have to go to in Athens when you're going to become a Superior Court judge. We just had it a couple of weeks ago. There were 9 of us that were students, and the vast majority were Governor Kemp appointees. And everybody said the same thing that struck me after interviewing with the governor. He's just incredibly down to earth and so easy to talk to. Everybody echoed that. So I was very impressed with that quality as well. And the third time I talked to the governor was when he called me on the phone and told me he was going to give me this job. And my immediate response was, well, Governor, how does it feel to have the power to change somebody's life? And he didn't say anything glib or clever. He immediately responded, you know, you have to balance that out with the fact I had to disappoint some very qualified people. And I thought that was a very humble thing to say, coming from a governor of a state of 10 million people. So I was impressed there as well by the governor's humility. But probably the quality that has impressed me most of all with Governor Kemp is he, in addition to being a great governor, is just a tremendous judge of character, you know? All kidding aside, I realize what a great honor this is that the governor's given me, and I promise that I will work every day I take the bench to earn and re-earn that trust that he's put in me. There's so many people to thank. I know the governor's got a busy schedule. I'll just try to wrap this up as quickly as I can. All the members of the Cobb Bar have been nothing but great to me since I came here from Athens 21 years ago. Been very helpful when I went into private practice, when I took the bench. So many good friends have helped me so much. Bert Reeves, Sam Olens, John Pursley, Vic Reynolds, you know, my old boss, Harry Gordon, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but luckily I was able to have a long dinner with he and his wife, Phyllis, the other night when I was in Athens, and he definitely knows how I feel about him. But I can't omit the 2 women in my life. There's my mother, who taught me everything I know about hard work and how you can get ahead in this country. She was born on a cotton farm in Alabama and became a successful business person. All I had to do to learn about hard work was to watch her. She's been a great example. And my wife, Dana, who has been the best wife imaginable, not afraid to say, really in an Old Testament sense of the word. She supported me in everything I've ever done, going into prosecution, going into defense, coming back to prosecution, and becoming a judge and putting in for this job. And she's given me all of my kids and everything I've got today, and couldn't have done it without her. So I'm just looking forward to getting to work. Thank you, Governor, again, and I promise I won't let you down. I'm going to work as hard as I can to re-earn that trust every day. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations, Judge Thompson. I know you're going to do a great job. We're looking forward to your service, continued service. With that, we now have to fill Judge Thompson's seat on the now vacated seat of the Cobb County State Court, and we found the perfect candidate to do just that, Jaret T. Usher. Now, as mentioned earlier by Judge Poole, I think it was, that talked about Vic stealing a few folks from Cobb County. I've done a little bit of that myself and have great reservations about giving some of these people back. I knew Jaret would be a great pick for this. I also knew Vic might be mad at me for picking her. So would Marty and the girls, but also was reluctant in some ways to do that just because of the great work that she's done. But that also should not hold you back from bigger and brighter things. And I believe that you're going to have those on the state, on the state court. And your service, Jaret, at the Georgia Bureau of Investigation has just been stellar. And on behalf of the state and my family and Director Reynolds, we just thank you for that. I know your colleagues feel the same way. But we're also very admired by your service as the Senior Assistant District Attorney and all that you did with the gang unit in the Cobb DA's office, a former Solicitor General, prior staff attorney for the Cobb County Superior Court, and other notable positions that you have held throughout the years. Really makes you more than qualified to take this position. And I know that you have distinguished yourself in your profession because of those dedications that you've made to public safety and the fellow well-being of your fellow Georgians. And I just appreciate specifically your fight on gang activity in our state, and really where you have taken the Bureau and our state that's positioned very well in the future to continue to make a real difference in our state and keep our community safe. And that's one of the greatest things and highest honors and biggest callings that I think we have in a position like I'm in. And I know you're going to make us very proud. So if you and your family will come forward, we'll get you sworn in and get you to work in this new role. All right, if you'll place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jaret Usher,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I have been a resident of Cobb County
that I have been a resident of Cobb County
for the time required by law,
for the time required by law,
that I will administer justice
that I will administer justice
without respect to person,
without respect to persons,
and do equal rights to the poor and rich,
and do equal rights to the poor and rich,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent on me
all the duties incumbent on me
as a judge of the State Court of Cobb County,
as a judge of the State Court of Cobb County,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
and agreeably to the laws and Constitution of this state,
and agreeably to the laws and Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of the United States.
and the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Judge.
So I just want to first say thank you to everybody who's here, whether it be in person and here in the overflow room or virtually online. It means a lot to myself and my family to have you participate in what's a very momentous occasion for us. I have some remarks prepared, but I need to just let everybody know my words really don't sufficiently show what I'm feeling today. I am I'm honored and humbled, and I will work to show that I am worthy of this position. I'm not here because of anything that I've done. It's really about all the people who've invested in me through the years of my life. And I know we have to take time and thank people who've invested in us. And I know my list is long, so I hope you'll bear with me because I have a lot to be thankful for. First, I have to thank the Lord for blessing my family and I, and for his amazing grace. Next, I have to thank you, Governor Kemp. I would be remiss to not thank you for the opportunities you've given me over the past few years to serve Georgia. I take those experiences with me into this new position. Thank you for your faith and confidence in me. And I promise that I will show that that faith and confidence is grounded and been placed rightly. Next, I have to thank you, Director Reynolds. You have shown me both professionally and personally what it means to be a person of excellence. You've challenged me in my legal career. Can't say I always understood why you asked me to do some of the stuff you did, but you pushed me to be a better lawyer and a better person. And you never let me give up. So thank you for being that in my life. To my family, Patrick, my husband, always supportive. No matter what I seek to do, no matter what I want to do professionally, you've always been there. You've pushed me past comfort zones, but you've been willing to walk beside me in those uncomfortable places as well. And for me and the kids, we have to thank you for being the fun parent, because there has to be at least one fun parent. And to my boys, Gabe and Eli, you do bring me immeasurable joy. You challenge me every single day. Thank you for being my biggest fans and always telling me I can do it. And thank you for understanding when work has called and allowing me to go serve. I know that's not always easy on y'all, and I appreciate it. To my parents, y'all sacrificed to get me here. Your unconditional love. You've shown me what it means to work hard, to do what's right when it's hard, and to serve others. And without your support, Patrick and I could not do what we do in this world. To all of my new colleagues, y'all have been so supportive and gracious and helpful, and I am beyond grateful. And I know that as I continue down this road, I'm going to be asking for more support and guidance. So I thank you in advance for the times that I'll be coming to you. And to all my friends, I believe acts of kindness and how we treat each other matter. And people have impacted my life through things like words of encouragement, hard truths, and wisdom. And that's made me who I am today. So thank you. If you talk to my mom today, she'll tell you that I wanted to be a lawyer since I was in 3rd grade. And I came to her and told her that. And I knew pretty early I wanted that to be a public service law career. Patrick and I were actually cleaning the attic out last winter, and I found a box of high school items. And I had written what I wanted to be when I grew up, and it was a lawyer and a judge. So this is a lifelong goal for me. And I tell you that because I want you to know I don't enter it lightly, and I don't take it lightly. As a resident of Cobb, as somebody raising kids here in Cobb, as somebody who spent their career working in Cobb, I am determined to, with humble diligence, work hard and be the best judge that I can be. For me, being the best judge I can be means being accessible, being impartial, being neutral, being a forever student of the law, and being a good listener. It's really surreal to stand here, and I hope everybody can see that. I was a law clerk for Judge White, whose portrait's on the board. I was a law clerk for Judge Stoddard, Judge Bullard, and Judge Conley Ingram. I practiced in front of many of y'all, or practiced with many of y'all, and it is just a very surreal moment for me. And I want you to know that I will heed Micah 6:8, that I will seek justice, I will love mercy, and I'm going to walk humbly with my God. So thank you so much. Thank you, Governor Kemp.
Congratulations. Judge Usher, and since you had the Teague, Usher, and Kemp families crying over there, we've got to end with something happy. So we're gonna present you with a little gavel here. Get a few pictures.
And where to look. Thank you so much.
Then Judge Thompson, you want to come up with a gavel? You want to get some pictures?
Yeah, y'all come on out.
I think we're just going to do a few pictures here, but thank you guys for having us, and let's congratulate these two great members of the
Get away from that microphone.